figure I just try to maybe do another stream. Maybe try and get a couple done today, get some momentum since I'm feeling better. But how's everybody doing? I've been doing pretty good today. I figure me and Chong was thinking about going on a walk in a little bit, doing some more Chong vlogs. I don't want to overflood everything with a Chong vlog, but I was going to try to maybe plot another place we could go besides the duck pond. I wish I lived by like a wilderness area, but I don't. I gotta walk all the way to the metro parks for a lot of those, but I was lucky because where these rich apartments, not apartments, but condo things are. And then there's houses around that area. This development has a really good pond. So it's like a mini metro park if I just want to look at the ducks. So I try to find little things like that too. But I wanted for next one, I was just kind of contemplating what to do. And since I finished all my activities of daily living, I just, Chong, of course, wanted to go back outside. I wasn't about that life, about being outside 24/7. When you have a dog, they want you to be outside 24/7 and just come in and take a nap and go back outside. I wish I was that kind of person, but I'm not. I do like the dog walk, but then I like to come home afterwards. I'm not sure how I'd be about camping. It's just a whole lot. I'm allergic to a lot of nature. Even though I would love to be a wildlife photographer, which is it's a strange, I guess, career choice, but I would love to do it. I don't know. I did take a little bit of photography in high school and a little bit in college, but I really like taking pictures and I like doing animal movies. I find animals are easier to deal with than humans. I guess if I ever got a somewhat famous, I would love to do animal movies. That's why I like Disney stuff so well. They're some of my favorite things, Disney, because they have a lot of animal movies. I like their Planet Earth. Oh my god, it's just amazing. It's the best movie ever made, I think. I mean, I do like my stuff like Harry Potter and stuff. Like the normal, I like Twilight and stuff like that, but I really enjoy a lot of the Disney stuff. I guess you can say I'm a Disney girl. That's why I like Walt Disney. It's the happiest place on earth. I would love to get, be there every day if I could, but I really can't. So it kind of makes things difficult in one's life when that happens. But what are you gonna do? But I don't know. I'm thinking about trying to find an area, but then I got to see, get motivated and rest up because then I gotta walk a little farther. So every day it's about how long I gotta walk to get there. I'm trying to find like more places and little roads I can get to go to different places. But the little garden place that I used to sneak into when they had the gate open to get to other parts of where I live, sometimes they don't like getting the property and they close the gate, so I would like to sneak over there and get in there, but I don't know if I can. They got all these cameras and stuff. Even though no one's there and I'm just taping the wildlife, they got a little lake over there. And there's really nothing to take. I mean, it's a garden center. I love plants, don't get me wrong, but I don't think plants like me. They look at me and they just commit suicide. I mean, I spent $200 on a garden. Oh, it's $200. Got all this nice stuff from my garden. I swear to God, by the end of the summer, it died one after another. And I had perfect lighting and everything. I just don't feel I don't know, that green thumb they say. And I do follow people on Facebook all the time, the plant people. Because the bad thing about it is I like them a lot. So I've been trying to. I've been growing this jade plant. So far, my jade plant's been going good. I guess I started myself a little hope garden. And maybe hope will be coming because this plant has not died. And I swear, at my old house, that's all I ever did was try to get these plants going. Bought them completely so healthy, everything perfect. Bam! Somehow death came, and I did everything. Got them prepped for food, all kinds of stuff. But what is one to do? You just never know. But I figure I'd knit here and just talk about things that I do through the day and stuff until somebody comes. Usually it takes about, I don't know, sometimes 20 minutes, sometimes 30. And then when I see there's actually a couple people that I'll do the reading, it just makes no sense to do it if nobody's here and I don't see anybody peeking through. So, and I do want to kind of get caught up in this blanket. But I got my stuff on Facebook. I did all my. Because before I put the Chong vlogs over here, obviously you see the TikTok watermark. I'm on TikTok, but it starts off on Instagram. Actually, I guess you could count Snapchat for one of those people now. Starts the first destination Snapchat. Then after that, it's Instagram. Then from Instagram, it automatically shares to Facebook. And then I go to TikTok. What's my other account? And then sometimes it's hard for me to bring things over, so I just bring things over from my TikTok account. That's what I've been doing. It just makes it easier because it takes me too long to get some of the stuff shared over everywhere. And Snapchat is wonderful. I really liking it. They have good editing material over there. If you want to just do a quick 3-minute vlog, and I do recommend it. But I set it up in a certain way where it's more accommodating to me in that way. So I don't know if anybody could just, it would have to do it a certain way. All these shares are just kind of how you set it up and where you have everything routed. So that's pretty much how I do things. I try to make it less easy for me in other ways, so by the time I come here, I could get an extra live stream in. Because the more you're over on somewhere, the more followers, the more subscribers you're gonna get, yada yada yada. But I'm just gonna sit here and go over rows, and I guess we could just let's talk about this eclipse. They say it happened, I think, I don't know, I forgot the number, I think it was 120 or 130 years ago. But they don't have a time on when this thing comes and goes. And I feel that this was a wake up call for us, and it was trying, and this kind of event with everybody looking, and it just seemed to be a happy day where there was a lot of positive stuff happening through this eclipse. I believe, if you want to believe, if you believe in regular God, it's fine because everything's the same to me. Energy is energy. The energy was trying to shift to the balance out. And I believe there's way too much negativity in the world, and that's when this kind of event happens, in my opinion. But like I said, it's only my opinion. I may be wrong, But I feel that's what happens, and literally that is what happened. So, I mean, about that subject. Alright, I will be right back. I gotta go feed the cats. Alright, try to finish off. Maybe I don't. Alright, but anyways, when you when you deal with like different kinds of energies and stuff like that, that's what happens. Eventually, it's gonna want to balance out, and it is a monumental event. It's literally the coming of the universe saying we need balance, and that's it. And it brings balance to the world. And honestly, this was a good shift for us because we were in the negative. We were going too much in the negative, and I feel that because everyone I've talked to that's into like Wiccan stuff and witch practices, they like to call it. A lot of people. One of my friends did tarot readings by the full moon, and it just was very exhilarating and good for everybody. And everybody came together, went on vacations. They had special moments, and these are the moments that will define us for a lifetime. And I think the moon captured some people's moments and showed them that we need to be united as a people. We need to be nicer to one another. I mean, there's no reason to be rude. I mean, what do you promote when you're rude all the time? You just promote all this ugliness that goes on in your life. And to have ugliness going off in your life, it's not good. Because, like I posted on there, we don't be so greedy because you don't die with your money. Money is there for you to provide and get by and try to help others with unity. That's what money is provided for. And we actually thought of this concept of money through history, but we use it as a crutch all the same. That's why they say, oh, hi, I actually have people. Let me finish this row and I'll start the tarot cards. I'm just yapping over here. I mean, the moon really, I don't know, it replenished my faith in God. Okay. Oh, okay. You could call me, you could call me Chong. It's okay. I like to wait, and I'm finishing a blanket for my sister. And I figured I was sick yesterday, so. But hello, how are you? And it's nice to hear from you. Like, I think I've said in other live streams, I'm kind of like newer to live streaming, so I'm not exactly. I don't know, I'm not as good as the other people. I'm trying. I had a button that opened not too long ago over here, and honestly, I was just literally a blogger, and I did short blogs, and it was just the dog walks. Okay, hang on, let me get this, because I don't want to mess up any of my stitches with this blanket that I'm making for my sister. Knitting is very calculating. It's one of my hobbies that I like to do. It's very relaxing. And sometimes if I'm live streaming, I get a little nervous or something. I could zone out and knit, and it kind of. It is. It's meditative. They always knitters always say that it's meditative, and it is. It is very meditative if you like knitting. So that's what I like to do. Anyways, I have. Oh man, I have the shitty box. Okay, it says. No, we don't call any editor by their name at all. It would be uncomfortable. Okay, well, my name's Michelle. I'm not an editor. It's just the way that it's just, I don't know, it's my channel. I'm used to calling myself Chong on Facebook, but it's Michelle. Actually, I do have a profile on Facebook and I have a check mark, but it's under Michelle Haynes. Capital, it's two L's, and for Haynes, it's like the underwear, but with a YNES. And there apparently is a lot of Michelle Hameses on Facebook, so I call myself Chong. There's one that's a model, one that's a damn singer. There's a lot of Michelle Hameses. You would be surprised. I can't even find my own profile sometimes, so I just call myself Chong. Because there's, I don't know, I guess Michelle Haynes just got a lot going on with social media. Alright, okay, if. Oh, I don't feel disrespected. I just, a lot of, I don't feel disrespect about any of that. It's just, it's hard to find my profile, my main profile, and my dog's is more popular than me. So, that's why I made him his own group. When I started making him his own Chong groups, I just became known as Chong, and I was okay with that because I love my dog. He's my favorite person in the world to hang with. Every day I hang with my dog. So, usually people don't ask my name because they're more interested in my dog on Facebook, so. But it's Michelle. You can call me Michelle. I don't mind. My profile, I do have like 7,000 people following me, and they finally started paying me over there. But I'm literally just, if you go on Facebook, I'm literally just known as Chong. So, and it's okay because I believe that if he gets popular, maybe people will be nicer to animals. Sometimes they're not. They really aren't. They're mean. I don't like when people are potty trained and their dogs, they scream at them because they pee on the floor. If you can get them to pee in a certain little area and they got an accident or they don't make the pad, there's no reason to beat the hell out of your dog. And I actually started on Facebook because and made them his own groups because I wanted people to be nicer to animals, but I wanted to come about it in a certain way where they wouldn't be so, I don't know the word for it, like I'm attacking them and calling them bad people. I didn't want to come off as like I was interrogating them. So that's why he has a Chong Animal Awareness group. And our main group is Chong. And I have two Chong Goth groups because I had so many. My main group is. I have a lot of Christians in my main hub. And sometimes some of the people that join my groups, they like skulls. And I do too. I love skull things. I love Reaper things. They're just they're dope. I love them. But anyways, so it offended people in my one group, and a lot of people get offended about a lot of stuff on over there. You got a lot of people. So I made two Chong Goth groups. with my main. Then I got the Chong Animal Awareness and Chong Family Style. This way you don't have to see those posts that may offend you. But if you are a sarcastic person that likes skulls and you're a little gothic, you got two Chong Gothic groups that you can join. And I consider everybody in my Facebook family over there that's in my groups, I consider them all Chong, but I divided them up so everybody's not offended about different stuff. Like my work group, it's more about communication, the main Chong, and like people that they're a Chong member and they're communicating with someone else in the group, I'll share over their posts because they're in the group. And a lot of times, if I see some of their posts are maybe a little on the edge, oh yeah, you can have a reading. Oh, well, you could. That's good. I don't mind. I'm not used to all this attention over here. I feel like I'm forgotten in my little corner of the world, right between Tommy Chong and everything. But man, well, I'm glad. I would love to have you in my Chong group. And then you can share, if you're on Facebook, you can share your posts, to the group. We would love to have you, especially the main Chong group. You seem like a really nice person, and they're an older bunch. Like we're all in our most of everybody's like 30 to 60. You're not on Facebook actually. You're avoiding social. A lot of people are avoiding social media. They really are. I guess I should be lucky I'm so protected. When you get certified, they give you super secret attention. And they're a lot of my stuff is always guarded. I got 5 VPNs. But if you ever get to Facebook, the Chong groups are there, and we promote animal awareness and good humanity. And I only share things that I think is nice, that's positive, that makes people happy. We're starting a peace. I'm starting a peace movement over there, and people seem to like it so far. It's why I'm over here. So, all right, I'm not going to ask you about your problem because that's your. I'm just going to tell you what they are saying about the solutions because I feel it's an intrusion of your privacy if I do that. So I'll just say what the spirits say is kind of solutions and stuff. In the past of the issue in mind is new moon and Pisces, and that's meditate and contemplate. So when you had this problem, you kind of were low key, or your question in hand. It was you were low key and thinking about, which is very smart. If I have something going on, I'm not going to sit there and try to put everything out there and just try to look at your surroundings. It's a very good tactic to have in life. I do it all the time. And anyways, your present card is full moon in Libra, and you have a win-win outcome is forecast. So both sides are going to win. Then for your future one, you got full moon in Scorpio. It's time to release negativity. I feel somebody wronged you and you lost yourself for a little bit. You weren't the same, and then you bounced back. You got a what your outcome was good for both sides, but you're still angry about this. I don't feel it's about a lover or anything. I just feel like it's related to something. I want to say like somebody that you're close to's relationship, somebody just was not nice and you had to pick up the pieces and help this person. But both sides kind of they won but they didn't win. So it evened out. But I guess now you gotta kind of I guess just move on, realize that that bad thing happened and you're gonna it did move on it you got it happened and it was meant to happen but you don't know why. But sometimes these bad things happen for other things to happen. So I feel like there might be even a child involved of some sort. I mean, I don't feel it's not one of your it is one of your children, but it might be like and it's about another one too. But I guess in the end, it's hard to forgive. I guess this is about forgiveness. I mean, I hope this was helps you. I mean, my mom, she passed. God rest her soul, but she was she was a white. I like to call her. I always called her white witch, but she was just a spiritualist, and so I mean, I do the best I can. My mom probably could have done a better job, but I do the best I can. She always used to tell me don't do death readings and try to help people. So I could do another one and start this portion. I don't know who this reading's for because it's whatever the guides tell me is. I mean, I don't know who's here and there because with social media, you just see pictures everywhere. So it's whatever the energy connects to. And it's kind of hard, when you're scattered. But I try. It does grab energies, but not formal energies. The people that do readings that tell you these won't tell you those things. The energy is a little harder to grab. Sometimes they know the future, even they know that it's gonna go where it needs to go, even if it doesn't go on this live stream. Someone might stumble upon it later, and that might be the person it's meant for. These are the laws of the universe. I don't make them up, or they would be a lot more easier to understand. But I just live in the universe, so I just do what I do and try to be happy. Alright, this other reading here, for whoever this was meant for, is I got a void of course moon, and this one in the past says nothing will come of the situation. You were in a situation and you were hoping for something that it was not going to happen. And then for your present situation, you got new moon, and you got a new start is coming. And then for your future, for this, you got new moon in Taurus, and its prosperity lies ahead. I feel you were trying to pair up with somebody to try to have a better life, like an investment, because you needed money. Who doesn't need money? The present is you're going to have a new start, a chance to gather up and start fresh by yourself. And prosperity lies ahead of that path. So wherever you got your money at, over here with this person, just try to even it out, leave yourself on good terms, and branch out on your own. That's what I'm literally getting from this one. I don't feel that you're going to lose anything, but you have to be more verbal in this. Because I literally feel that this person isn't your enemy, just not going to give you what you need. So that's what the cards are telling me about that situation. But that's a pretty easy situation. Can always be worse. You can always on the losing end of money. That's not good to be on the losing end. Usually the greedy people get on the losing end of money. Just don't be greedy. I tell people that on Facebook all the time. Greed is the seed of all evil. Even if you are a little dark, just don't be greedy and you will still keep your heart. But it is, and that's why they say the money is the root of all evil, because it creates greed. But money doesn't have to create greed. It's how your outlook is of money. Just remember that too. It's just a forewarning thing people say. Alright, this one for this person is adjustments. You got third quarter moon. And for the past of this situation was adjustments are required. So in the past, there was an adjustment that had to be set up. That's okay. Adjustments happen every day. It's not the end of the world. The present is don't let your past hold you back. And you got South Node. Alright, well, that's not too bad. That's actually a good card. And your future on this one is full moon in Gemini. The answers you need are coming. What I'm picking up from this was a friendship. This was not a romantic thing. It was just a really good friend that you've had for a long time. And you tried to reconnect with her because you guys lost contact, but she had a change of heart, this female. And then your present is don't let the past hold you back. You don't know what to do. You're really heartbroken because this was a person that really was your, what do they call it? Ride or die. I heard that from maybe it's a new slang saying, and I think it sounds cool. But anyways, this was your ride or die, and they kind of changed their mind about you, and you really love this person as a friend. But you got the answers you need are coming for your other card. So whatever's happening, the reason why she's not talking to you is something from the past. It was something that she did but didn't tell you, so she's afraid if she tells you you're not going to like her anymore. So you're going to find that after you don't talk to her for a while. And then I guess it's up to you to forgive her. And forgiveness is very hard. And I want to say the holy spiritual community is not wrong about that. They are very right about all that forgiving stuff. So I guess forgiveness isn't required in this problem. So Oh, did I see you, Mr. Murphy, before? Yeah, you were there. Okay, yeah, I just decided I'm doing a whole segment, and it's hard for me to keep track of people, so I'm just gonna do a bunch of card readings for like a half of an hour because it's hard for me to remember the bubbles of which I'm concentrating in. So if I'm just gonna keep going this way, don't confuse me, and I'm sure you'll know if it's you because you'll feel it's the question you want. And I'm not making this up. I can't make this up. This would be hard to make up. I can't barely. I mean, I go to work and do my medical thing, but this is kind of hard. You can tell people are faking it. So, whatever energy I just connect with and what pops in my mind is what I say. So, you would know the question that you were asking for as I'm doing it. So, I guess I'm just saying this to specify so people don't get confused. I like to try to keep as organized as I can, even when I'm reading tarot cards. I know if that sounds strange, but that's how it is. I just think a bunch of stuff get in my head and I just get it out. So, and like I said, I'm not charging anybody. It's just what's in my head and I'm getting it out. I feel I should share my gift with the world, and if these answers don't help you, this is just one path. You don't have to do anything these cards are suggesting to do. They're giving you one path. And they're just saying maybe what is required to go on another path. But you have your own free will to do whatever you want to do. That's what's good about this universe. We have free will. So I'm going to go ahead and do another reading because I feel the universe wants somebody to know there's another path. And that's why I'm over here. And that's the only reason. I mean, I am over here because it gives me something to do, but I believe that's why this button opened up. So we're going to go with that. Alright, this next reading, they got. This. One of these days I'm going to get a better box. I'm going to go back to the store when I get my drinks for work and get a better box. Anyways, you got a full moon for the past, and you got surrender to the divine. That just means you were in a state of your life where you were unsure of a lot of different issues, and you were, as they say, in a state of transition. This happens. I've been in this state more times than I can count. This is normal. And your present is the mutable moon. Nothing is yet set in stone. You're worried about something, but the answer isn't yet set. You're expecting it to be negative and it may be positive, is what the cards are saying. And then your future is full moon eclipse. Conclusions are within reach. The problem is going to be solved, but it's going to be done in a roundabout way, and I feel that there's some paperwork involved. Like, I want to say this has to do with court. Something with legal ramifications, this one. And you're just flipping out because you don't know if you're going to go to jail or not. But this isn't anything that was horrible. It was bad enough to get to court, but it's not bad enough to where you're going to, like, you could possibly go to jail, but it's not like felony or nothing. I feel that you're going to get probation or something, and you're just going to have to turn around your life and When it says surrender to divine for your past, where you have to start, where the problem started, you never did this. It just means giving into your higher self. And when you give into your higher self, you got to forgive yourself. You haven't forgiven yourself for all this that's happened. And people make mistakes every single day of their life. I'm not beyond mistakes. I make mistakes. It is what it is. I mean, people get involved with all kinds of stuff and they come back stronger. There's people that get on drugs and come back stronger. Just have a little faith that everything's going to be okay, and I believe this person will be alright. And if church helps you, go to church. If just being around your friends help you, just go ahead and be around your friends. But try to do something to where it's going to be good for you. I mean, sometimes just, I don't know, just to relocate for a little bit helps. Kind of be by yourself for a couple months. That sometimes that's necessary, and you don't know why, but sometimes it's necessary. And they always say everything changes, so if you're gone long enough and change yourself, you're going to come back and everyone's going to have a different attitude. So you got to look at it that way too. So I'm going to get a swig of this tea here, and then I'll do another reading. Alright. Alright. I'm going to do one more here. Alright. Alright. See who's got another reading here going now. Alright. This one, somebody got new moon in Cancer. And it says you and your loved ones are safe. It looks like in your past you went through a really kind of bad situation, and you just had to, I don't know, get yourself in a safe spot, get money. You were down and out. So that's what it looks like. Now the present situation is to meditate and contemplate. So you're in a safe place, but your head's not clear. So you just gotta try to do something to clear your head and kind of focus on what's important. And the cards are saying for your future, new moon of Virgo, a time to give rather than take. Now you're at a position where you could start giving a little and doing your set goal. So, whoever this is for, just give that person back a little money or help with babysitting or something like that. Maybe the babysitting would be a little more helpful to them and a little money, because it's really hard to raise kids in these state of affairs. So, oh, what is this? Oh, you are funny. Just take off your pants. You're hilarious. You really are. But it's okay. I find people like you funny, so I'm not offended at all. But no, I won't be doing none of that. I'm not one of these. I'm not one of these people that are on fans only and doing crazy stuff. I'm not disrespecting anybody on that because I guess people have their reasons, but no, thank you. I don't think that would ever be an option for me. I would rather just go get me a nursing job before this happened in my life. But I guess if you have no other options, maybe we had one of my friends from. Okay, that's the same one. You need to listen. Oh, you're funny. I do listen, but that doesn't have with the content I hear. I'm not fans only. I mean, I don't disrespect the people, but no. I'm over on Facebook trying to get that kind of stuff out of Facebook, not bring it here. That's why I like over here. There's not a lot of all that crazy stuff. You should have seen the posts I was some that would leak through. I they either got better security or something because I don't get it anymore. I would just see all kinds of body parts, and they would just go through my things all the time. It was not. It wasn't my kind of people there. But over here, I like these people. I like you guys. I think you guys are a very fun crowd. And I don't get any crazy posts that I did not want to look at over here. So everything seems more orderly here. But this person got the balsamic moon for the past, a time for healing. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, we all got to heal at some point in our life. For the present, you got new moon in Aquarius. Bring love into the situation. Love can, when they say this isn't always romantic, it could be for a child, a friend. It can mean a lot of things. There's a lot of versions of each emotion. And love is just pretty much, if you want to think of it on the spectrum of all the energy, love is just positive energy. And they have a positive energy towards something is just known as the emotion of love. To have any kind of negative emotion towards anything, that would be hate. They're the two opposites of the thing. So, you got for the future, new moon eclipse, expect powerful change. You close, pretty much this is saying you close down your heart. It was done, gone for business. Everybody just screwed you over. So you said the hell with it, and that was it. And you needed to learn to appreciate people loved you in the situation. And so you can be able to open up your own heart for other people. So, what's this now? Pets, Dawn Good. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I don't know. That don't make no sense. I don't know if that's even a proper sentence. I'm not trying to offend you, but or texting language. I don't know. Are you saying you like pets? They are nice. I don't like when they're mistreated, but they are nice. But anyways, you got new moon Aquarius for that. So you have to learn to love. And to learn to love another, you must learn to like if you're having bad problems with your parents and your family, you must learn to accept that and put your life, and then usually the universe sends you somebody after you do all that. And then your future is new moon eclipse, and you gotta expect powerful change. When it does happen, and your karma like turns around from the situation, it's gonna come a lot, like in a huge, gigantic cloud coming at you. This is how karma is. They say all the time karma's a bitch, and that is why it's coming at you, good or bad. So you kind of want to make sure when she comes around, it's not bad, because that's the one thing we cannot stop. Neither if you're good or dark is karma. Karma doesn't see light or dark, doesn't see negative or positive. Karma just wants to always balance. That's the one thing you guys need to realize about karma. It's all about the energy and the balance transfer. And trust me, karma has her day in court. So, in the end, you can't be too bad, but sometimes you can't be too good. You gotta find that perfect balance. Because that's what karma does. So, that's the best advice I can give you about this karma issue. I've had problems with karma before. And this is the best advice I can give you about the karma. So just try to balance it out. Even dark people get karma. Everybody gets karma. It's like the reaper. It doesn't it's always there. You're never gonna stop it. Like you're never gonna stop that. You're just not. When it's your day, you're done. You go peacefully and have fun and be reborn again, or you fight it, and depending on how you're fighting it, it's either going to go real bad or real good for you. If you're a good soul fighting it, it's going to try to come nicely, but if you're a bad soul fighting it, there might be some torment involved. But that's kind of how karma is. Karma is exactly like death because you can't stop it. If you're a living soul that was created in the universe, you're a recipient of this, no matter what you do. And it literally comes for everybody, just like the Reaper comes for everybody. And these are truths I have learned to live with, and I am okay with. And, anyways, and this reading is New Moon in Sagittarius, and this is the past, and this is luck is on your side. So, in the past, you were lucky. It's good to be lucky. The present situation is North Node. You got to step out of your comfort zone. So your luck's there in the past, but you got to kind of move forward. Then you got new moon in Gemini for your future, and communication is the key. Well, this isn't bad. I want to say you're kind of, I guess, say you're looking for a girlfriend. That's what the cards are saying. Maybe try to communicate with people, go to a club. That's what I used to do before I was married and stuff. But don't drink. Oh my god, when you're at the club, don't drink things that people give you. Only get it from the bartender because they slip these roofie things in there. But I would just literally just, if it was me, That's what I would do. I would just go relax and try to feel yourself out. What? It says, move your chair, please. Drop your. Oh, you are funny. No. That is never ever happening in any form of a lifetime. That I'm not that kind of person, so that would be a no. So I am gonna go do another reading. I would say that most people say that one guy said he was a troll. You're either a troller, probably a troller. Are you trolling? Okay. Alright, they took off your message, so I guess YouTube didn't like it. Thank you, YouTube. I appreciate you. You're like the friend I didn't think I had. I appreciate what you do. I even say thank you to the networks that I'm talking on. That's always nice. And I do appreciate. I think I put something in here if I got like rude comments or just like a scammer type thing that it would, or I could be thinking of Facebook. I think I did it here too. It could have been just Facebook, and I did it on Facebook to block like certain like just not people that are actually here to talk. But I'm gonna go ahead and do another reading. I got. I'll get these down. Okay, I got. Alright, for the past, I got don't let pride get in your way. We got full moon and Leo, that's for the past in this reading. So, I mean, that's okay. We all get and feel ourselves. Doesn't mean you're a bad person. So, alright, then for the present card, you got full moon in Scorpio. Time to let out your negativity. Okay, you were like that because you're negative, so your pride won't get in the way if you release the negativity, is pretty much what it's saying. And that's okay. That's how it is. I've been like that sometimes. I have really been like that at times, so I get it. And the future is of this situation is nothing will come to the situation. You got void of horsemen. You're mad at, I want to say it's an ex-lover. You're mad at them, and because they cheated on you. But it's kind of affecting your personal relationships in the future. So it's trying to tell you to fix what you didn't in the past, but nothing's going to come with this girl. And you keep trying. So I don't know. I don't know. What can you do? Life is that. Hit high, new sub. Sub of what? I guess you could ask. I don't care. I don't. I can read cards, but I don't know how the other people do it. You can ask. I just, if they, my spirit guides are around me, so it's whatever they want to tell you. But you could ask. It says joint still has our photos saved in the place and looks, it looks what? When I miss me. Alright. Oh, let me try to get this here. It says, oh, you want to know if this guy misses you because he has your photos? I say, oh, okay. So you want to know if he really, if he still cares. I have these kind of ones with my mother-in-law. I'm very good at this. She calls me about all her love advice. She even had me do a reading. It was so funny about this guy she was dating. How did his wife die of? And I told her it was ovarian cancer, and she was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "I don't know. That's just what people are saying." But yeah, I know how to do these. All right, so you want the spirits to say if he still misses you. Sometimes they give you like double jointed answers, I want to say, but we'll see what they say. Because the dead know more than the living. Trust me. They bitch about things all day long. They're more sensitive than we are. Alright. Well, I think you were my first actual real reading. That I actually know the person. Okay, you got yes, and then I got my hackler back over here. He wants me to take my pants down, and this is just not happening. You are too funny. I love this content. You are funny. Anyways, actually, for this one, I may do a full reading since this is more complicated. I've had to do these with my mother in law too. I did a 10 card reading for her because this seems like a more answer you would want for a more precise answer instead of just a vague answer. So I do have that. I'm not the most perfect tarot reader. I wish I knew how to do palms, but I can't. Not every spiritualist can do that. I'm better with cards and stuff. I won't touch a Ouija board though. I really won't. I don't recommend making your own either. So, where is my heckler stand now? Cars down, please. Cans down, please. You know you do good because people that are hecklers always come when you're a stand-up comedian. But yeah, she always has these people all the time. She'd be asking, but I'm gonna do the whole reading so you kind of know because this is someone you're intimate and in love with. So I'll try to do your question a little more justice. Alright, so I've got to look up how to do these decks here because these are usually a little more insightful, I guess you want to say. So we'll do this. They take a little longer, but that's okay. And you do get a lot of answers. Sometimes answers you don't want. I gotta get one here. Who would have known my table for my knitting would be for this too? Thank God for kids stuff. Alright. 9 and 10. Okay. Alright, your first card is the present. Alright, that's under here. Alright. The present, it said nothing will come of this situation. Well, it's not always horrible. I've been in love before. I understand these things. And 2 is the challenge. A very complex approaches. You got full moon Aries. He's angry. I think it was Jay or something you said. All right, I'll get your reading. You can ask a question in a second. He's angry. He's angry about something that was done or said before you broke up. The cards are picking up. Card 3 is the past. That's over here. And then the past conclusions are within reach. You guys were together and got back together or something like that. It's something like that, and that's why he's angry or something like that. And we got more cards here. And then card 4 over here is the recent past. So this must be when you guys got back together. This one's saying a time for healing. He was trying to heal from the situation of why you broke up. So he actually wasn't being a horrible person, which is surprising. All right, 5 is the outcome if nothing else changes. You got new moon and Scorpio, and work through your fears. It's hard for you to let go because you really, really love him. And he does love you. I mean, at least you guys still love each other. It's something. Then card 6 is your path to the future, and it's one path to the future. It's just a suggestion from the spirits. So don't take this to heart, okay? I please don't. It says full moon in Taurus, your dreams a practical plan. The cards are saying he's holding off because of a situation. He can't fully be with you because of something that's going on now. And he wants it to kind of be right. So I don't think he's holding off to being an asshole. And then 7, you got this is one that describes you more, and you got full moon of Virgo, and this one is you are good enough. Your self esteem is very low, and I guess because your self esteem is so low, that's kind of why you're feeling this way. It's hard for you to, you're in a rut. Then 8 over here, you got more about the situation. It says the energy is gaining momentum. He's thinking more and more about you, but he needs to kind of figure out where he's going with his own personal path. Because it means commitment. So we got that. And then 9 is hopes and fears. For your hopes and fears, you got South Node. Don't let your past hold you back. I guess this happened before with somebody else that you really loved as much as him in the past, and it bothered you for a long time. I want to say, I don't know, this was a year or two back, possibly, at least a year, I'm feeling. And then 10 is the final outcome. It's time to take action. And you got full new moon in Aries. I guess they want you to take action with the situation because as the cards are presenting itself, this is a 50-50 kind of deal. He wants to be with you. He wishes the situation was different. Maybe adjustments may have to be made eventually, but like they say about relationships, they're like plants. If you don't water them, they'll die, or bring them to my house and they'll die. Except one jade plant. That's a laugh out loud joke because I'm the worst gardener in the world, but I try. But go over there and just kind of work on yourself. So, you work on yourself, I think you'll be way better off. But I wish you luck. And just remember, you are a good person. Sometimes when you work on yourself, you gotta feel the hurt and get through things, but it does come. So, I do want to wish you luck on your situation with your lover because I understand he seems like a real nice person, but don't give up on him. It's a 50-50 chance. Just maybe just try to take a more positive approach and just try to move on with life. And I think that the universe will put you together somehow. But you just got to step back and just let them know you're there. If you don't want to give anything, I will get anything. It says you don't want to give anything. Will I get anything, or the divorce will be for free for him in the future? So this is a divorce? Hang on. Jewelries and... Oh, you're going through a divorce. Okay. Well, I didn't do your reading, but I'll do your reading and a 10 card reading because this is something I've been through. And you're going to need a 10 card on this one because you're going to need more detail in your answer. But divorce, honestly, depending on how bad it ended, is sometimes it's better. It's hard to walk away, even if it's, especially, it's been a long time. It's been 10 years or more. That's a hard one. That's why I would just work on myself. But we'll do a 10 card reading on that because divorce, I mean, that's even more involved than the pictures on the phone. That's a kind of easy one. We'll have to do a whole separate reading on this one. Alright. Let's let these cards get momentum. There could be all kinds of circumstances. 2022. All right. Let's see what they say here. I hope I'm of help today. That could be a bad situation. All right. Got believing here. Okay. Let's follow here. Reading plus. Oh, you don't have to pay for none of this. I got a gift. I have no problem giving you a reading. If I can be of any help to you today, I actually would. That would make me happy. I have money, so I'm okay. Anyways, for your present card, you got believe in the impossible. Blue moon. So maybe you'll have a good circumstance. That doesn't necessarily gonna mean you're gonna get back together. Alright, card 2 is your challenge. And you got the waxing moon. What do you need to release? There's a lot of negativity in this situation. Whatever happened, there's a lot to get around. And sometimes it takes a long time to get through enough negativity. Sometimes it takes a while. Sometimes it takes somebody to have to go through a one cycle to get back to that cycle. You're talking about there was a whole cycle, new cycle that happened to solve the other cycle. So that's a big one. There's a lot of negativity in this one. And the past is over here. And you gotta bring love into the situation. You guys lost your love. Whatever was going on, the love got lost, and that's why he looked at other women. He didn't feel like he wanted to be with you. So that's a lot to deal with. I don't know if I could deal with that. I worry for you. And then you got the recent past is over here, and you got full moon, surrender to the divine. It's pretty much telling you to, like I did on the clips, give your sorrow to the moon. Pray away your troubles. Give somebody your sorrow. You have a lot of sorrow, and your negativity is you're not angry as much. You're more sorrowful and depressed. But like I did during the moon eclipse, give away if you gotta pray to do it or look at the moon and do it with the moon. That's a good nice way to do it. Or you give it back to the earth, and sometimes you get things back. But you got to give all that sorrow up, and it's the hardest thing to do. It took me 2 years to give it to the moon, and I decided so to do it at that event because it was so monumental and beautiful. Okay, my friend Carla's texting me too now. I'll talk to her in a little bit. Anyways, we got that. And there's nothing wrong that it's hard. It might take you a minute. I know my friend Carla has this stuff on light language and spirituality stuff they have over here. I think she got the videos over here. She does like reads all these different books and stuff like that. But that might help you. Oh, excuse me. Alright. Alright, and then we got 5, which is up here. And this one is the outcome if nothing else changes. You got balance, spirituality, and practicality. You got to be practical. You got expenses. You know, your guys aren't sharing your money together. There's a lot of stuff going on. You got to find yourself before you lose yourself, is pretty much what this is saying. You've been through so much, you've lost yourself. And there's nothing worse than losing yourself. And the cards are worried about, and the spirits are worried that you may lose yourself through this whole situation. Alright, and 6, you got path to the future. It's saying a time to give rather than take. It's pretty much you can't sleep. I couldn't sleep either. I suffer from depression over here. I smoke medical marijuana. I get it. Saying here it's a time to give rather than to take for your path to the future. And it doesn't mean you got to give all your money away. Please don't do that. Hold on to your money, budget it out, don't give it away, and have nothing. Maybe just try to just forgive yourself. Start forgiving yourself because even I went through my bad divorce. Well, yeah, he does want to be with you, but that doesn't mean it's going to be a good situation for you. There's going to be a lot of going on. But it's saying here it's a time to give rather than take, but it means giving to yourself. In this situation, it's not others. It wants you to give something to yourself. It maybe start treating yourself and do something. You know, just things you've wanted to do. You're going through this bad divorce. You got to get centered again and to get a clear head to decide what you want to do. You could there's a lot of stuff you can this world's full of possibilities. So and you have free will to be who you what you want to be and not be what you want to be. That's all there is to it. And this is just one path. But he does want to be with you, yes. But that's up to you to decide because it's your life. And card 7 is more about you. You got full moon in Aquarius, and this is show the world the real you. You've been hiding yourself, pretending you're someone else through this whole marriage. You were trying to be the woman he wanted you to be, and you're not that woman. You're someone else, and he can't accept it. So, you know, while you're contemplating or meditating or praying, think of that too. I mean, if someone can't accept you at face value of what you are, they're not really worthy of you. So, and then card 8 is more about your situation. And it says here the answers you need are coming, financial and emotional. All of them are coming. It's this whole cycle with him is going to be finalized. It really is. And it's going to have a bitter. sweet ending. Just like the bittersweet symphony song that I like so much that I do videos with. It's coming in a bittersweet way. And you're gonna see that you were always love is life and you will always be, but sometimes you like I did, I moved on from my divorce. It's you'll always remember it. It's gonna be your first love, the first real first time. But sometimes you gotta be strong enough if the situation's not right to move on, and that's the hardest thing. It really is. Nine is hopes and fears, and it's that you got the waxing crescent moon. You got have faith in your dreams. You don't. You've been living through him for so long. He says, I can't forgive myself for trusting him. I mean, we all make mistakes. I've done that. I've trusted somebody that did me wrong for 10 years. I mean, it took a lot. It took an act of God to get through it. And I do mean an act of God. But I did. And here I am streaming and doing tear and different stuff. So it's hard. You take baby steps. Try to start doing things that make you happy. If it's knitting, if it's cooking, if it's helping animals, if it's volunteering places, whatever it is that you, and just start trying to find something that makes you happy, and something you always wanted to do on the side, maybe, and do have your job. And then if you do that and you're helping others as you're finding yourself, whatever is meant to be for you will come in a positive way. You don't, this Rome was not built in a day. And our life is like one big puzzle. It goes together and comes apart and then comes back together again. So you got to remember that. And he's always going to be a piece in your puzzle, this guy. And that's okay. We have many loves that are a piece in our puzzle. And they're there, and you wouldn't be where you are without them. You really wouldn't. But honestly, you've done a lot. And then for your 10th card, you got your final outcome. Your hard work is paying off. New Moon and Capricorn. There's going to be a peaceful resolution to this. The cards are saying, and I think he's actually going to be less hatred is involved now. He's kind of made peace with himself. So you're not going to have any trouble. And I think it looks like the money is going to be divided up fairly. You found the, you found the wrong person. It's saying soon. Honestly, I mean, maybe with paperwork and everything, 6 months, possibly. At least 6 months with paperwork. So, but that's not bad if you're talking about divorce and property and money. I mean, 6 months is nothing. In 6 months, if it was me, I would volunteer at animal shelter. You could volunteer at a kid's home. Those are always fun. Or if you don't have a pet, go get yourself a pet. I was depressed. I was a depressed bitch for a while. I'm not gonna lie, I got a dog. And I love him so much. Everybody said I treat him like a human, and I do. I treat my dog like a human. He gets treated the same as us. He sleeps in my bed with me. He has one side of the bed, I have the other. My husband got one side of the bed. I got a bigger bed, and sometimes he sleeps on the side. We made a joke. We're thinking about when we get more money. I seen on Facebook they have these beds. They have a whole compartment, and this was like one of my dog lovers things where they sell these things. And anyways, they had a compartment where it's like they had their dog's bed right there under the bed. So we're thinking about getting one of those because I think he would love it. It says, I cry every day since 2002. And it says, I tried everything, but nothing helped. Uh, have you tried crystals? Crystals really help. They can center you. You just got a lot of heartache. I mean, heartache could go for a couple of years. Heartache is something you'll remember the rest of your life, but sometimes just having friends to talk to and getting out helps. But I had a lot of sorrow until the eclipse. I let all the rest of my sorrow out with the moon, and it was hard. I cried during the eclipse, but to get rid of it and release it is so hard. But I did it with crystals. I have a moon opal that I did it with. Those work really well. I won't lie, they do work very well. And I got a fire opal also that helps center me. And then I got a diamond ring too, but that's just because it's my birthstone. But anyways, but it helps. Crystals will help center you, but you gotta find a way of releasing your negative energy and put it in the quartz is very, I want to say helpful. It's very helpful. I love quartz. Quartz is a very powerful stone that can, like, if you're meditating and crying and you're wearing a quartz crystal, it'll absorb it. And even if you're Catholic and you wear a quartz and you pray, praying is the same thing as meditating. If no one told you, it really is. People like to say it's not because they'd rather do something different, but praying and meditating are pretty much almost the same thing. Because you gotta close your eyes and start praying. And some prayers are nice. I like a lot of different prayers. I like the Serenity Prayer. I think that's a really nice prayer. Is the Serenity Prayer? I know they do it in AA. They always say that prayer, but sometimes I pray with my crystals and I say the Serenity Prayer. And it's a really beautiful prayer. It doesn't make you feel like you're in church, but it helps you release negative energy and it can help. And there's other crystals you can get too, but I would feel a purple stone because purple's for spiritual enlightenment. So if you can get an amethyst or just so you know, get yourself a purple crystal. That would help also. Those actually are very positive stones. Just make sure that you put a little sage on top, and you could just sprinkle a little sage on it just to clear out if anybody touched it that was negative. You don't want everyone touching your crystal. So, okay, man, we don't have any fight. All he does this to me. I don't know why. He does things like that to you because he's insecure. People that are insecure people, I feel he's a dark soul, and I'm a bit of a dark soul myself. And sometimes people that are dark souls and lighter souls, when they get together, it doesn't mean he's a bad person. It just means a little dark, and they take, I guess, they take sorrow a different way. They get really angry, and it takes them longer to get rid of their negative energy than it does a light bringer like you. I could tell it's a mixed soul marriage. So I can do a reading on him personally, and this might have more insight to why he's doing this to you. Because dark people just think differently. They are capable of love, yes, but they don't like any kind of betrayal. They're real funny about that. I'm funny about betrayal myself, so we could take a lot, but and we're good at protecting, but sometimes not so much in forgiving. That's the way dark blood is. And he is of dark blood descent. I do feel it. He's not a horrible person, but he is a very dark blooded. Alright. Is there a bat? Yeah, you can answer a question. Let me just help her with this whole situation with her friend, with her husband to be, ex husband to be, possibly. His past was prosperity lies ahead, and that's new moon in Taurus. So he was doing good with money, I guess. Things were good. And full moon in Leo, he got don't let pride get in your way. He got a lot of issues, and he's not talking to you because of his pride. And really, that's his kind of his cross to bear, they say, in dark circles. He got an ego, and he built up a wall because of all this, and he's acting like he doesn't care, but he does. So I don't know. Depending on how strong of a soul he is and how dark he is, which I'm picking up pretty dark. I'm exactly half and half. I'm half good. I got half dark and half light. He got a lot of dark, which doesn't mean he's a bad person. He doesn't hurt nobody or bother people. Just some people are, they're darker, I guess. It is, it's the simplicity of life, the duality. But the cards are calling him to drop his ego and show the world the real you. He got to be humbled. So through your divorce, I mean, he got to be humbled. He's been kind of being a little bit of an asshole. All right, what do you have here? It says, "Will I get my things back?" It's gonna be a fight for you to get your things back. He's using those things to try to keep you around and punish you. That's what I'm picking up. That's why he keeps these things. He doesn't really care about them. He's just doing it because he wants to hurt you. If that makes any sense. He's just so angry. He just wants to. It's almost like he's holding on to them. So, it says Rahul is his name. Oh, that's a different name. I mean, eventually he's going to have to give up these things, but he's just being real stubborn. And honestly, if he's going to act like this, you deserve someone different. I would suggest, just for me, I started like doing like arts and crafts. I would start just doing arts and crafts or something, or just go to the gym. Do something to keep your mind off things, or read a book, write. I enjoy writing. I love to write. Sometimes, if you write a good poem, or even write in your diary or just little things, it helps. Writing helps. You can get a lot out in your writing, more than the crystals, honestly. Maybe use the crystals too and get a purple crystal or a quartz. Don't, I mean, the pink ones are okay, but it's a very positive crystal, yes. But I feel the purple's good for these kind of situations. It has protection too, the purple. You might need a little spiritual protection against this guy. And he goes, he's not XT, at least for now. Okay, so he's not your ex. Maybe you'll go back together. But I feel he holds these things because he loves you. And dark people show their love in sometimes bad ways. If he's not hitting you and causing you personal torment, I might just say, either way you got to get yourself together, and find out what's best for you. Even though you might really really love him, I don't know how long it's going to take for his ego to be humbled. Some people it takes years. Depends on how stubborn they are. It really does. People get so stubborn, and sometimes it takes 2, 3 years for things to resurface, and they got to lose every single thing they have to realize what they should have done. And then by that time, you would have moved on because you're a light soul, you're nice, and the universe, it does not do that, does not do bad things to innocent people. They don't. They would do it to him before you. And if anything, they're going to remove you from the situation. So that's the way the universe works. They always protect the innocent. You, in this case, are a innocent. It says, yes, I am finishing a court case. Well, in that court case, it's going to be finished. Your suffering will be heard. And honestly, it looks like I mean, we could do another card reading about this court case if you want. I mean, you seem to have the worst kind of need right now for multiple readings because of your situation. Alright, so you're getting a court case for the divorce then. into your stuff. So we'll see what the cards say. We'll just do a basic reading for that. I don't need to know about the judge and jury and everything else. That's really not important. It's just your outcome. In this court case, in the past, there was time to take action. You got new moon in Aries. That was, you had to file, and you were always not filing. And he didn't take you seriously because you never filed. And then for your present, you got new moon in Gemini. You got communication as the key. You got all your paperwork done. You got your point across. People are listening. The divine is on your side. The future for this court case is a waxing crescent moon. Have faith in your dreams. You're going to win this court case. You're going to get your things back, and you are going to get money from this plate, from him. And you're going to get your money back because he's holding some of your money. So I feel it's going to be really hard. It's going to be a hard time for you because you're going to be very depressed for a long time. But I am sensing also the universe is sending you somebody that's a good soul also. You're going to meet somebody. And they're telling me he's going to have he's going to be a dirty blonde. Have dirty blonde hair. They used to call it dirty blonde. He's gonna have lighter hair, but it's gonna be dirty blonde. Okay, what is here? Yes, he is not ex-husband and is still my husband because we didn't divorce till now. See, yeah, I've been in that situation too. I, but there's a guy that I'm seeing. He has dirty blonde hair, and he's really nice to you, and he's a very good soul, and he's handsome too. He has they're not brown like my brown eyes, but they're light brown, but they have blue and different stuff in his eyes. And you guys vibe, and sometimes you go and you talk to him, but you don't really realize you don't. You're just so caught up in your situation, which is not unheard of. Your situation is horrifying to be in, but he's there and he's starting to build feelings. And I feel that this person with dirty blonde hair is who the universe is sending to you for option two. Option one is forgiving him, but if you went through all this trouble, get divorced, feeling out option two would not be so bad, I guess. I would, and if anything, option two, when he does come around, he's going to be the opposite because the universe likes to send you, since she had somebody that had a darker soul, they're going to send somebody with angelic kind of energy to you. So, what does it say? Oh, he's fighting the court case? Of course he's going to fight the court case. You can't fight the government. You can't. You could try, but the IRS took down Al Capone. I read a book about it, and I think I even streamed it, trying to find out what everybody kind of content people wanted to listen to, laugh out loud. But yes, the FBI and everybody was after him, and the IRS got him. The government is going to get him. There's money involved, and the one thing they care about more than anything else in the universe or anything else is money. He can fight it all he wants. He's just going to keep losing all of his money until he lets you go. And his karma is going to keep getting worse and worse and worse. And then before he knows it, he won't even get to be, he will not have another girlfriend because women will be repelled by him because of karma. I feel that. That's going to be part of his punishment. Women are going to be repelled by him, and men are going to be wanting you by the droves. You're going to get the opposite end of what he's getting. And his punishment for this, I feel, I'm picking up what the spirits are telling me, is they're going to make women not like him. And if he does even get sex from someone else, it's that girl A, it's going to be like a karma thing. Somehow it's going to cause him some kind of heartache. Even if he doesn't put his heart into it, somehow he's going to go about and he's going to get screwed over everywhere, every which way he gets financially and by women until he humbles himself. And they will keep giving him random crazy people until he has nothing. And life will present him right in front of you as broken. And you always have that choice if you want to take him back or deal with the hot guy with dirty blonde hair. Now, me, I could be attracted to a lot of different kind of people personally. And my oldest child's father has that dirty blonde hair and stuff, and they can be pretty sexy, you know. But I feel that you're gonna be able to have more conversations with this other person, and I believe it'll be a fresh start. But I am seeing that color hair, and he is of a lighter complexion. He has a little bit of a tan though, but yeah. But look for the lighter hair. Even if he's dyeing it a little bit, I feel like he might dye his hair. If you see someone that even dyes his hair that's really nice you're connecting with that has that color, maybe go out to eat, Google him, see if he has any convictions. They have those apps. Oh my god, I know that Facebook had a bunch of them. Where you could go and look up to see if they're a registered sex offender. And then you can look up their name. I had a friend that did this all the time. I don't know what there's an app about it. You can look them up, and then they have an app like you get it. I think you pay $2 a month, and every time she go on a date with somebody, she would get their number, their full name, and look them up. I'm not saying you have to go to this extreme, but at least look up their name in the internet. And I heard that you don't even need this app, and you could be careful. So when you do meet these different people, give them a chance. And you know what? Just not even doing anything with somebody, but going out to eat and drinking with somebody that's trustworthy, that's not going to roofie you, is not the worst idea in the world. Even if you're just new, because sometimes it's like that. So, but yeah, definitely I would get with this. Try option two. And I mean, if things happen, they happen, but don't push anything that you're not ready for. I did not do anything sexually after mine for 2, 3 years. I just couldn't do it. But it was just me. But then I had my friends that happened to, and they've been going through court case stuff, and they decided to go the opposite way and do a bunch of stuff. So I guess it's how ambitious you want to be. But some of my friends are. Little darker souls, some are lighter souls. I'm a mixed soul. To me, I when it comes to things of the heart and different things, I tend to be more light. And when it comes to people I care about being hurt, I tend to turn more dark. To me, it's like a flip of the coin. But I always protect what I love. But that's when the dark comes out. But some people, it's different. When dark people are getting away from people, they just want to like let it out sexually. So if you want to go that route, there's nothing wrong with it. The universe doesn't care who you have sex with. They really don't. To them, they just think it's silly and just for baby making. So they really don't give a damn. Just make sure you use protection and you're safe. But with these people, like these cartel people and everything, taking people for human trafficking, I would be very careful. Because sometimes you go in a bar and you meet somebody and they might, they just prey on single women. They prey on young girls. They prey, if you have a daughter, you give them access to your family. You got to remember that. Or if you don't have any kids for them to prey upon, or teenagers or something, they could prey upon you. And some of these people are sneaky. So I would be careful. That's a word on the street. I hear things. It's like someone else hurts me more than him. His mother and his brother named Priya. And they did create misunderstanding between Raul and me. Well, yeah, that's what monster mother in laws do. When somebody doesn't like somebody in that state and they're not open minded and they don't like you, they will bash your name and they'll do everything. I mean, I had these kind of issues, but mine I didn't like. My issue was because they literally would not. One of my son's girlfriends wouldn't leave the house, and that was my whole issue with her. But yes, family can put a rift. Mother-in-laws can put a bigger rift, especially if they're close to their mother. That could be your biggest rift. So you got to that situation. I don't know if it's healthy for you to go back. He would have to make a whole lot of adjustments for you to be happy in that sense. So you don't want to do that. So I would, if it was me, I would just keep my distance, go through the court case, just tell him that he needs to do him and take it slow and figure out what it is you actually want to do. Because you're free to do whatever you want to do. To And the world needs a lot of people to spread positivity. We just had a moon eclipse. That is groundbreaking. I mean, that may never happen. That happens, but not very often. So I would just, literally. I'm trying to see. Let's go. Oh my god. But anyways, I would literally for just maybe just try to explore different things that you would be interested in doing and try to find something you've been wanting to do because you're living, you're breathing. So you might as well find something that makes you happy. And like I said, for me, it's helping animals. And I do it through Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat and TikTok. because that's what I like to do is try to help them. Maybe you could be an influencer. Maybe you can get on TikTok and maybe share your stories so other people can talk to you and maybe get good advice because you probably have really good advice about relationships. There's a lot of people, honestly, that need somebody to talk to. It says, it says, should I give my marriage a chance or more of court added me? Oh, the court's asking you what you want. I mean, if it helps you with the divorce, I don't know if I fully would give your marriage a chance, like in that aspect. Maybe. Are you living apart? I saw one path. There's always two paths. I saw one path where there would be a lot of tears and a lot of sorrow. That's what I seen, but I seen that they may send you somebody that's not dark also. That's a light bringer, but it's really what you want to do. So, I mean, you should do what you want to do, but just take whatever path you feel. If you feel it's easier, I mean, what I saw is, uh, it is true of a future path. I see many paths. I see the divorce ending and you finding somebody else also. And I see if you're with him, it may take a little time, but if it's going to end, it's going to end. It might not be the worst thing in the world to give your marriage a second chance. You got to listen to what you believe and maybe go very slowly, take baby steps. Maybe you guys can start dating again. That could be a possibility. Maybe just live apart and see where how things go like that. Just don't go moving in all your stuff again. Or if your stuff's there. I mean eventually you gotta end it and but if you feel better with trying again before the end comes, I mean that's something I can't answer because I'm not I'm not God. I just seen that he does love you, but sometimes love is not enough. And I would hate for it to happen all over again if you're crying every day. But if you're crying every day, maybe you need closure. I'm thinking that you just need closure with this. And if you guys have to start dating again and see where it goes for your closure, I feel that maybe that's you should maybe try to get your closure with every way you feel comfortable. For me, I like to be by myself. For other people, they want to see how it's going to be. As long as. Okay, we got. Another person would be good for you. I mean, honestly, sometimes fresh starts are the best. They really are. So, honestly, if you want to try a fresh start, I would say just maybe let your energy. Just let your energy go and see where it takes you. And if you want that fresh start, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. They seem horrible at the time, fresh starts, and they're scary. They really are. I mean, look at me. I'm live streaming here to Facebook for a fresh start in my life because I was going through things. Fresh starts can bring you anywhere in life, and you really have to. You gotta want them. If you don't want a fresh start and you feel like there's gonna be regret, I would not suggest a fresh start. But if you feel that there's a chance and that this is what you want, then that would be your answer. But if you feel like if it happens again, it would be gone, you gotta be willing to watch him with someone else, possibly marrying somebody else, and that's a lot. Because at the time it seems okay that you meet that other person, and then he meets another person, and then comes the day that the girl's pregnant. Then if you wanted to be with him and you wanted to be the one that was pregnant, then it gets messy. If you're fully ready to let go, then it's you should get a fresh start. But if you're not fully ready to let go, a fresh start, you can run off a future person like this. So I guess it depends on your feelings of the situation itself, and everything around it. I would just take a minute just to relax and breathe and figure out what you were doing altogether. So that would be my best advice. And maybe, I don't know, maybe just sleep on it and really think about what you want to do. Because what I'm not you. Oh my God. I feel scared from all relationship. Now he made me scared. You should not definitely have a relationship. You shouldn't. You should not have any kind of relationship. You should just meet friends and like have a little friend group and do what makes you happy. I'm not saying get any kind of relationship. Let something come to you. Don't go to it because you're just going to find something that you're not meant to be involved in. So that's what I would not get any relationship. And if you're scared about it, this is not the time to do it. I would honestly, if you could, maybe go back to school or go to job training. Do it as a time of renewal for yourself. I mean, if you have extra time on your hands and you can coordinate your schedule with work, maybe advance yourself if you always wanted to. I don't know what job you're doing, it's not my business. But if you always wanted to do something like that, now would be the time. Do something to get your mind off things. Or if you don't want to do anything educational thing and you're happy with your job, maybe start baking. I like baking. It keeps your mind off things and you can make bread and all kinds of stuff. Those are pretty good. The baking and making all of your stuff like that. But I would just get your mind off things. Just whatever you need to do, even if it's watching movies, if it's writing poetry, just something to focus you on something else. I do it all the time. This is why I live stream. And it says I am from India And relationship means marriage. I have people don't date each other. Oh, I didn't know that. I I guess in that case, is he abusive? Because I would not want you to go back to someone that's abusive. And if he's, I mean, there's nothing wrong with trying to get with your ex. I did. I have in the past to give it a second chance, and it worked out the second time that I did it. But it was a 50-50 chance because I just didn't want to date random people. But I guess here in America, everybody does things different. That you could have sex without marriage, and it's friends with benefits. They got things over here like that, and marriage isn't so. I guess it's more liberal. But I mean, if we're talking about if you was in another relationship, it's marriage. Maybe you should, as long as it was not you weren't in any harm's way. That's the thing, because I'm from a whole different culture. I would not want you to be a harm's way. I did see in the cards that he does love you. He has mad love for you. It's just his head's all full of something, all negative things. And I don't sense he's a horrible person. I just sense that he has a darker soul. But he's very loyal. But yes, we don't have relation because he don't want. Okay, he doesn't want to have relations with you. Well, if is he want to be physical with you still? I mean, if he doesn't want to be with you in that way, then he's pretty much saying he doesn't love you. Because men, when they're in love with a woman, and then they're with them sexually, and then you're with them so long, if they don't want to be with you, they're just kind of done with it. And at that point, you really you kind of got to let it go if he's not willing to have sex with you, because obviously he's associating sex with love, and it's not like us Americans seem to a trend with Americans, the sex with benefits thing, because that's what they do, and that's what we did. I don't do it, but people in America do. But it's a cultural thing, I guess you could say. I don't know in other countries if France or someone else does it, but if you have more strict cultural things, then I doubt he's having sex with someone else if that's how your culture is. So maybe try to give him a chance. I mean, it might help you. And so now I don't know what to do, and I don't say anything to him, but he filed for divorce. If he's filing for divorce after all this and the crying, that means I guess he's telling you he's ready to move on. There's really, I don't, I think he loves you, but I love my first husband. I will always love my first husband. And I'm sure he will always love you. But it doesn't mean he's going to be with you forever. We are still friends. I'm with the second husband, but he's with you, in a sense, and you'll always be in his heart. But if he already filed, then he wants a fresh start, and it's gonna feel horrible, but maybe it might be for the best, because if he don't have that love, at least he's being honest, and honesty is the best policy. And it's horrible to go through heartache. I went through it. I was suicidal. It was bad. It really was. But sometimes it's something that we have to go through to evolve to learn our lesson, or just it's just something that was supposed to happen to prepare you for something else. Sometimes spirits are like that. So, I mean, that's the best advice I can give you. And I mean, there's really nothing you could do to get back with them. So, I would honestly, at this point, I would just try to do a fresh start. Just ask them if I can have my stuff back. Ask them, say we were married this long. Can I have my stuff? And I think it looks like he's being honorable. So if he's being honorable and stuff, I mean, you really can't ask much more than that. Because some people, when they're getting divorced, they don't even do honorable things. So if he's going to be honorable, just maybe just leave it to him. And like everybody says here in America, leave it up to God. So if you leave it up to God, I think you'll get your answer in the end. And maybe him just filing for the divorce, being a decent human being, is your answer. And there's really nothing horrible about what he's doing. There really isn't. And I do feel bad for you, and I'm going to pray for you tonight, because I've been through this 4 months. I had to go see a psychiatrist for a while, and I went through all my stuff. It was bad. Psychiatrists do help, or psychologists, and medical marijuana help great. I choose that as I do when I get real depressed, but some people don't like marijuana, even from a dispensary, so different cultures are different. But I know that in India they have very good doctors. I've had a doctor from India. So if you have to, sometimes just talking to somebody that's a third party, talking to somebody from a third party does help. I had to go to counseling after my separation. I was not going to get my head back together. It wasn't going to happen, and I lost myself for a long time. But I am definitely going to pray for you, and I would suggest do the same, because there's nothing wrong with praying over a crystal or praying over a cross. There's nothing wrong with it. And just try to find some enlightenment. And if you're a religious person, I guess I would start with the Bible. Honestly, reading the Bible, I've read several Bibles in my life. It actually helped me through bad situations in my life, knowing different Bibles, and I feel like I've connected to the one energy through all the Bibles. But it's all the same positivity. Since I'm here in America, I read the King James Version of the Bible, and I like to read poems. Sometimes I like to do just read poems, and it makes me feel better. I mean, just because I'm a tarot reader, also, for one of my things I could do, doesn't mean I don't pray. And I do like poems. but every Bible has a very devout things that you can do, and it does help. And like my mom used to always say, sometimes you can meet the person that you're meant to be with when you get through your heartache in church. She always said that. I never met no one in church, but I did get peace and solace from church. So the church is always an issue. That's always an option. And it's more people as long as they argue over this and that, but church is church. You're there to take all your negative stuff and give it away. That's what you do. You're just there to take all that negative and give it to the higher power and take it away from you. And however way you want to do that is fine. I did it with the moon eclipse. You could do so. A lot of people do it with church. And there you got it. It says, I don't I don't know how my second marriage will be happy or not. Well, we never know what things are going to be. I never knew. I don't know what tomorrow's going to be like. That's what's so mysterious about life. Life is just very unpredictable. You're in a whole comfort zone, then pop, you're out. And then sometimes the second time is better. I feel it's going to be better for you because you're a good person. Not so much him, though. I feel his second marriage is not going to be good. He's going to have regrets. I do feel that. Your second marriage, I feel, is going to be okay. And you'll be alright on your second marriage. I feel his second marriage isn't going to be good. I feel he's going to love her more than she loves him. And they're going to have a big marital thing. I don't believe he's met her yet, but I feel that she's going to be coming around soon because he's interested in somebody. So, I do I do feel that. So be prepared there is somebody's interested in. But I feel this person is just not going to want to be his wife. And if there is, it's not going to be good for him. He's going to get all the hurt that you got, he gave you. Eye for an eye, like they say in the Bible. So I do feel that for you. And I feel your second marriage is just going to be fine. I would not worry about it. And I believe you'll be happy as long as you pick the right one. Just be smart and just go with what your heart says. Don't get suckered into what people are saying. Just try to listen to your true heart in your inner self. Don't let anybody else decide for you. And I do think that you're going to be okay after that. So I wouldn't worry. Your second marriage will be just fine. And the guy's going to be a lot nicer. A lot nicer. But there's still going to be a light haired guy. I just feel like he's gonna dye it. It's like he has lighter hair. I don't know. I'm still seeing that. I don't know. Maybe he's mixed or he's like he's pat. He's like he's mixed with Caucasian. I want to say he's someone over there mixed with Caucasian that are gonna see because he has lighter skin. And this is where the hair comes, and he likes to dye it that color. But he could be a good friend. I'm not saying he's going to be your second husband, but he's going to help you through this cycle. But your second marriage is going to be very happy. So I really, really feel that way about this situation strongly. So I do see that. I do see you with a kid or two. I see a boy and a girl. Definitely the boy. The girl's kind of fuzzy. But I feel like this second marriage you're going to have children. And you're going to be happy. And it's that his face is fuzzy. So this other guy is just going to be a friend that just kind of helps you. Like I used to, like an example, I used to have these gay friends. I love gay men for friends. And when I was going through my divorce, I hung out. I had like this one gay friend that would come through and he would talk about his boyfriend and we would eat cake together. Just find a nice friend to get you through things that's not going to pressure you into anything, and I think you'll be alright. But I'm going to go ahead and take me a little nap and take one of my little pills. But I really want to update on how you're doing. So definitely subscribe to me so you could write a comment on my live stream or something and let me know how you're doing. And I'm going to pray for you later. And thank you for coming in because I do appreciate you. And I'm rooting for you and you are definitely going to be okay in the second marriage. Don't worry. Don't even worry about it. You're going to be fine, but he's not. I will let you know that. So, and thank everybody for being in the stream. And I had a really awesome stream, and thank you so much. And I'm going to get going, and I'm going to try to get on here in a little bit before my husband gets home from work and do more readings. And have a good day.